Joe's life today, throwing together a lasagna. I say throwing together because typically people think this is a complicated process, and it's not. It's really not. This is a no-boil lasagna recipe that I got off a box of, I'm going to use a brand name, Mueller's or Muller's or however you want to pronounce it. I don't particularly always use theirs. Use what's on sale, whatever cheapest, it still works. They're all good. So, you can kind of see a layout here. I'm just kind of going to start going at it and talk it through here. First thing we got to do, got the pan heated on the stove, put a little olive oil in it. And this is what we're going to brown a pound of ground meat of your choice. It can be beef, pork, any other meats that you want. Put a little sage in there, salt. I'm going to put a little red pepper in there, and regular black pepper cracked. Get this going. Brown this up. I don't know, I sprinkled the salt on here. It's probably more than it should be, but let's say 1/3 of a teaspoon. Yeah. A little sage, I sprinkle it on again. 1/4 of a teaspoon. I like some kick, some pepper. I put red pepper flakes in it. All in the browning process of the meat. That's how I do it. And then cracked pepper. Again, that's probably strong for most people, but I like pepper. Doesn't take very long, maybe 7 or 8 minutes to brown this up. Just using standard run-of-the-mill ground beef, nothing top of the line. It's going in the lasagna, it doesn't need to be top of the line. While that's browning, what we do is we come over here, read the recipe. Mix in some ricotta cheese, 15 ounce, a cup of mozzarella cheese, and Parmesan cheese is another cup, I believe, half a cup. So, ricotta in a bowl. These bowls are large, but you can do a little job with a big bowl, but you can't do a big job with a little bowl. And you can apply that theory to anything. A cup of mozzarella. This cup. There is one going on here. And yeah, there we go. A little heavy on the going in because the other half of this bag, the other cup, is getting used to top it off with. I like to go a little heavy at this point. All right, that's not very heavy, like a cup and a 8. And then the Parmesan cheese, they want a half a cup of this. Again, I might go a little heavy on it, just who I am. I follow recipes 95% of the way, but I tend to pick it up a bit. All right, here's half a cup. Got you going. Checking the meat. refreshment is very important. All right, wooden spoon, start mixing it. It mixes pretty quick. That ricotta cheese is a terrific binder, and it's almost like a magic project. It just comes together amazing. You don't want to kill it, you don't want to overdo it. You just want to get it mixed. Okay, that one's mixed. Use that spoon and get another one. What we're going to do is we're going to be putting the drained meat in this bowl, second bowl, and adding, the recipe calls for 52 ounces. There's 48 ounces between these two cans. It works. It's close enough. We're good to go. That's fine. This is your average lasagna pan here. And just a piece of cheese I throw in there. It's been washed. You don't use it straight in the store. You have to wash it. It's also going to want 2 eggs lightly beaten. So here we go, and put a couple eggs in this bowl, lightly beaten lightly. Sorry for the scraping noises. You gotta have a scraping noise. Just lightly beaten or scrambled eggs. That's light. Alright. Almost brown on this. Like I said, this goes pretty quick. You gotta be attentive to it, you don't want to burn. Yes, it says to strain the meat. I don't, because I don't cover it. So it evaporates, the fan is on, it evaporates all the moisture. You don't have to strain it because it's gone. It's a little trick that I use, so if you cover it, then yeah, you're going to have to strain it. Strain it. Done. We got that ready to go. Open the lasagna box. Get ready to use. It's a third and a third and a third. And what I mean is you use the whole box, but you're going to use a third at a time as you layer. Again, everybody thinks they can't cook. If they can't put a decent meal together for a bunch of people, yeah, you can. And it's not that hard, and it doesn't take that long. The whole cooking process is an hour. I need parsley. Parsley flakes come here at the end with the rest of that mozzarella cheese on top. Keep processing it like this to keep it busted up as fine as possible. The mix is better. I don't want it lumpy in there. So mozzarella, we're done with this. And we'll be using this again, that again. Here's my recipe over here. Meat. So I'll review this while I'm waiting for that to finish up. Oh, and eggs. I didn't put the eggs in here. See, so why you gotta review? Gotta review. Got to review those recipes. Don't do it without review. To err is to be human. To forgive is divine. Make a mistake, somebody makes a mistake, give them the benefit of the doubt. If you you catch the mistake before you cook it, before you send it down the road, then you're all right. It's good. It's all good. Egg is a binder. Cheese would just be all goopy, so the egg is a binder. It creates it to swell a little bit. Makes it a fuller meal. All right. This is done. Actually, for the sake of properness, I'm going to get just a little bit of this off of here. All right. That goes in this bowl. With the meat, with the pasta sauce. Pasta sauce of your choice. It says whatever you like, go for it. So this is what I keep in my cupboard. It works for me. I use it for my pizzas. I use it for my pasta sauces. I use it for my lasagna. Everybody loves it. It works, so I work it. I use it. And I'm one of those people I want down to the last drop. Especially because I'm using 48, not the whole 52. I just remembered I did not set the oven to preheat, but it's fast. It won't take long. So when I get done here, we'll go right in. $3.50. Ye old $3.50, very common. And then that's pretty much it, you know. You mix that together. In your bowl, bowl, meat, pasta sauce, mix well, spread 1 cup of meat sauce. All right, that's done. Use that for the meat sauce, use that for the cheese. Good to go. All right. More better. Sorry. We go in with the meat sauce. I use this metal 1 cup stainless steel thing. This thing is probably, it could be 35, 40 years old. My mother used it. It's very old. There used to be a set of them. This is the only one left. It's a 1 cupper. It's the most useful one. I use it perfect. Do this. It actually says 1 cup. So the good thing about it is you put it in the bottom of the pan like it says, and it's flat on the bottom. This particular thing I use. I just spread it around with it. Minimum tools, minimum waste, minimum time cleaning and getting everything together. It's all about a little bit more. Again, I tend to push the recipe a little beyond its parameters. I guess that's the alpha male, if I am alpha. All right. Cut that 1/3 of the uncut lasagna. 1/3. So it'll be about 1/3. Just kind of offset it each time. I'll show you. I'll pick up the camera here in a second. And I have to break it to fill in the spots. It says 1/3. It's definitely stop there. And I'll show you what I just did on the first layer of meat and lasagna. It's just a cup of meat and lasagna pieces. That's what I do, is cover that. And I'm going to check, make sure I got a good video here. Yeah, we're good. All right, next. It says use half of this cheese mixture. That's a little out of whack. I don't use a half. I use perhaps a strong third, because as you layer, if you've used half of it in the bottom, how are you going to continue layering? So I kind of interjected a little of my own logic here. I don't use half of it. And it's kind of frustrating because you got to kind of hold these loose lasagna pieces together and just wing it, and just don't be a perfectionist or too riddled with OCD, because the stuff's going to move around and it's going to get goopy, and you just got to do it. First time I did this, being those two characters, riddled with OCD and a perfectionist, I didn't understand all that, and I let it kind of get the best of me, got frustrated. It still came out well, but I got frustrated. Now I just kind of learn a technique, go back and forth instead of end to end, and just, because you know it's cheese and it's sticking to everything, and you just got to deal with it. All right, and it doesn't have to be perfect, because that thing right there heats it up, and it spreads it, and it's all good. It's all good. All right, done with that. That's a little close to the edge. That's probably not the best thing in the world. Up, half cheese mix, top with a third meat sauce mixture. They want us to use a third of this mixture. Well, okay. I don't know that it'll be a third. It might be. I use 2 cups. Maybe a cup and a half. Again, just use the bottom of this thing. Spread it around. Nothing to bother showing you. You saw it before. Third of the cheese sauce mixture. Repeat layering, top with remaining noodles. You put the noodles back on the top. You keep layering. It's that simple. And it says 55 minutes in the oven. Take it out and top with the remaining cheese and about a tablespoon of parsley flakes. I go a little heavier than a tablespoon again. I go a little heavier than it says because I can. We lay that later, and then after that, more cheese. I do this cheese 2 more times.